Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I have prepared a class for class 11th, and so far we have completed kinematics up to relative velocity, determination of relative velocity. And our today's topic is resolution of a vector. We have already discussed the composition of vectors, and today we will try to explain what is resolution of a vector. So, what is composition of vectors? You know that the process of uh, split a single vector into two or more vectors in two different directions, which together produce the same effect as is produced by the single vector alone is called the resolution of a vector. The resolution of a vector is the reverse process of composition of vectors. In composition of vectors, we have two or more than two vectors and we find their resultant, a single vector. And here we have a single vector and we have to find its components. And that process, the process by which we find the components of a single vector, is called resolution of a vector. The vectors into which the given single vector is split are called the component vectors or components of a given vector. Suppose that a vector R is represented both in magnitude and direction by the diagonal OP of a parallelogram. If we have a single vector and that is represented both in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of a parallelogram OP, as you can see from the figure, then the adjacent sides OM and ON will represent both in magnitude and direction the two component vectors Rx and Ry of the given vector R. Now, what are rectangular components of two vectors in two dimensions? That is in a plane. Suppose you know that if you take the room as a reference point, then there are three planes: XY plane, YZ plane, and XZ plane. So, for example, the wall represents a plane. It may be XY or YZ plane. When a given vector R is split into the component vectors Rx and Ry at right angles to each other, when Rx and Ry make an angle of 90 degrees with each other, then the component vectors Rx and Ry are called rectangular components of a vector R. Consider a vector R represented both in magnitude and direction by OP. From point O, what we do, draw two axes OX and OY at right angles to each other. From point P, draw PM perpendicular on OX and PN perpendicular on OY. Let OM is equal to RX and ON is equal to RY. Now PM perpendicular OX and PN perpendicular OY, let OM is equal to RX and ON is equal to RY. Since OM is equal to NP, OM is equal to NP, ON is equal to PM, ON is equal to PM. You can see from the figure, OM parallel NP and ON parallel PM. This implies NP is equal to OM is equal to RX, PM is equal to ON is equal to RY. From triangle of vector addition, we know that R is equal to Rx plus RY. Let us denote this equation by equation first. Similarly, R is equal to Ry plus Rx. This is from triangle ONP. From triangle OMP, we get R is equal to Rx plus Ry, and from triangle ONP, you can see from the figure, R is equal to Ry plus Rx. So from equation first and second, we get Rx plus Ry is equal to Ry plus Rx. And let us denote this relation by equation 3. Let I and j are the unit vectors in the directions of Ox and Oy respectively. Then Rx can be represented as, this is vector Rx, it can be represented as Rx is equal to Irx, where I is the unit vector in the direction of Rx and Rx is the magnitude of Rx. Remember this thing, this Rx, it is a vector and this is equal to Irx because the relation between a vector E, a unit vector E and the magnitude of E is given by E. Vector E is equal to unit vector E into magnitude of E. Similarly, Rx will be equal to I is a unit vector in the direction of Rx, so it will be Irx, where Rx is a vector, I is unit vector, and Rx is the magnitude of Rx. Similarly, Ry is a vector. This is a vector. So this Rx will be equal to I R Y because I already showed you we have a relation vector A is equal to unit vector A and vector A into vector A. From equation first, R will be equal to IRx plus GRY. GRY. Let R makes an angle theta with x direction. Then in right angle triangle OPM, cos theta will be equal to base by hypotenuse, that will be OM by OP, which implies cos theta will be equal to Rx by R, or Rx is equal to R cos theta. And let us denote this relation by 5. Similarly, sin theta will be equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. This implies sin theta will be equal to PM by OP, or sin theta will be equal to RY by R, which implies RY will be equal to R sin theta. And let us denote this relation by equation 6. Also from hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. So OP square will be equal to OM square. This is Pythagoras form. OP square will be equal to OM square plus PM square, which implies R square will be equal to RX square plus RY square, which implies R will be equal to under root of RX square plus RY square. And again, tan theta will be equal to perpendicular by base, that will be MP by OM, which implies tan theta will be equal to RY by RX. Now, let us discuss rectangular components of a vector in 3 dimensions, that is in space. Let us consider a vector R represented both in magnitude and direction by OP. You can see from the figure, it is represented both in magnitude and direction by OP. Taking O as origin, construct a rectangular parallelepiped. Parallelepiped means just like a room, with its 3 edges along the 3 rectangular X, Y, and Z axis. R represents the diagonal of a parallelepiped, and Rx, Ry, and Rz are the 3 rectangular components of R along X, Y, and Z axis respectively. Now from triangle law of vectors, so from triangle of vectors, from here we see OP is equal to OT plus TP. From parallelogram law of vectors, OT is equal to OS plus ST, which implies OP is equal to OS plus ST plus TP, which implies OP is equal to OS plus OM plus OQ. In parallelogram OTPQ, TP is equal to OQ, and in parallelogram OSTM, ST is equal to OM. So this implies R will be equal to RX z plus rx plus ry, or r will be equal to rx plus ry plus rz. So it is the same case. uh, First, when we had two vectors in a plane, then we got r equal to rx plus ry, or if the vector is in space, then r will be equal to rx plus ry plus rz. And if I, j and k are the unit vectors along ox, oy and oz respectively, then rx will be equal to irx, ry will be equal to jry, and rz will be equal to krz. Therefore, r equation first will become r is equal to irx plus jry plus krz. Let alpha, beta, and gamma are the angles which r makes with y and x axis and y axis and z axis respectively. Then cos alpha will be equal to ry by r, which implies rx will be equal to r cos alpha. Similarly, cos beta will be equal to ry by r, which implies ry will be equal to r cos beta, and cos gamma will be equal to rz by r, which implies rz will be equal to r cos gamma. Here cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma are called the direction cosines of vector r. Now OP square is equal to OT square plus TP square, but OT square is equal to OH square plus ST square is equal to OH square plus, because ST is equal to OH, so it is equal to OH square plus OH square. So this implies OP square is equal to OH square plus OH square plus OQ square, or R square is equal to RX square plus RY square plus RZ square. We have already derived this relation, which implies R will be equal to under root of Rx square plus Ry square plus Rz square. R square will be equal to R cos alpha ka whole square plus R cos beta ka whole square plus R cos gamma ka whole square, because Rx is equal to R cos alpha, Ry is equal to R cos beta, and Rz is equal to R cos gamma. This implies R square will be equal to R square cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, which implies r square by r square will be equal to cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. This implies cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma will be equal to 1. Now if we convert this cos square alpha or cos square beta or cos square gamma into sin square alpha, sin square beta, and sin square gamma, so we can use the relation sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This which implies cos square theta will be equal to 1 minus sin square theta. So cos square alpha will be equal to 1 minus cos square sin square alpha. Cos square beta will be equal to 1 minus cos sin square beta, and cos square gamma will be equal to 1 minus sin square gamma. And if you substitute here for cos square alpha, cos square beta, and cos square gamma, you write 1 minus cos sin square alpha plus 1 minus sin square beta plus 1 minus sin square gamma. You will get ultimately sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma will be equal to 2. So remember these two things. That is all about today's topic. Tomorrow we will discuss inshallah dot product of two vectors. Thank you. See you inshallah tomorrow.